The word is out. The Milwaukee area is losing 5 pick and save stores. It's troubling news about a grocery store chain that's been around for decades. CBS 58's Jacob Murphy is live at one of those stores that's closing, which is near Metcalf Park, with a look at the impact this will have on the neighbors there. Jacob.
Well, Natalie, today I met with a woman that lives just a couple of blocks from this pick and save, and she tells me that without it, she has no idea what her and her neighbors are going to do for food.
This Pick and Save is the only grocery store in our immediate area.
The Pick and Save on North 35th Street isn't just a store.
It is the only source of food that this community has access to.
It's a lifeline.
Devastating.
And soon it will be gone.
It's going to be not only a financial burden, but a burden on the spirit and the stomach.
It's one of 5 Milwaukee area pick and saves shutting its doors.
It's hard to hear that such a prominent chain in Milwaukee is closing down so many stores.
Jessica Thompson is a part of the Milwaukee Food Council.
I think the solution would be to move towards a food system that doesn't rely on these big grocery chains for our daily needs.
Brittany Taylor lives a couple blocks away from this pick and save. It's where she gets everything she needs to feed her family.
It's leaving us high and dry. It's leaving us with no resources, no food, no access.
She's worried about what's next for her and her neighbors.
You see this? If you're looking right now, you have to ask yourself, right? You have to ask yourself, why would a grocery store that would be profitable in a certain community decide that they wanted to close their doors? Let's continue.
I'm worried for my community and myself, because how will we get to that food, get that access when this is the only thing that we have available and now it's being shut down?
Pick and Save did release a statement saying the closings are part of a larger company-wide decision and to run more efficiently and ensure long-term health. Live in Milwaukee, Jacob.
Let me tell you what the real issue is, because nobody wants to say the uncomfortable part out loud because we're all politically correct and we don't want to address the elephant in the room. Truth is, there's a lot of theft at the Pick and Save stores and at every other grocery store that is in these communities that they're now saying that we don't want to rely on the system in order to have food security. So basically what their solution is not to stop the stealing, but to have some form of communism and socialism when it comes to the distribution of food that is now state-ran, which would expand the government, instead of capitalism, which would allow for them to then be profitable, because there's extremely small margins in the food industry. I've studied it. We went over the charts. Y'all need to literally tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. But the fact of the matter is, there is a huge theft problem in these communities. And this is the real reason why they are deciding to shutter all of these stores. And here's the caveat, is that they have no obligation to make sure that they feed your food security as a private or publicly traded company. All right. When I was talking about, the different things that was happening in Milwaukee when they were protesting and burning up stores and stealing and looting and all of this stuff, and nobody cared about corporate America and stuff. And I said it when they burned down the AutoZone and was stomping on the Wendy's and the Domino's and the Burger Kings and stuff that was over there and all of that, right? And most of these places are privately owned, or they're owned by some franchisee who invested their money, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, into the community. And these people, they just destroy it. And I said, you know what? It's always going to be the community that complains about the fact that they have a food desert, when a lot of these companies decide, you know what, it's not worth it doing business over here anymore, and we're going to shut the doors, and then you guys can fend for yourself. So now you have an opportunity to create your farms and your community food stores on whose taxpayer dollar, I don't know. But what people don't really understand, and I was looking at the pink-haired girl as she was talking, right? And the pink-haired girl was talking about, creating a system to where you don't have to depend on big corporations in order to make sure that you're getting fed. So I remember during the Kamala Harris campaign, they were complaining and they were saying stuff like, well, we need to lower food prices and prevent gouging. Again, y'all have no idea how to look at things from a business perspective. There are an insane amount of theft, shrinkage, shortage, stuff growing legs, walking out the door, people throwing away stuff. And, you know, the margins are so thin that these grocery stores have to carry a ton of debt in order to even be able to fill up the shelves, right? And so, you know, you think about it and you see these people and they can't get themselves together. You don't have a food problem. You have a community policing problem. And that's the real truth. That's the reason why a lot of this is happening. And now they want to protest. How you going to protest a store closing? Who's going to give them money in order to stay open?
Neighbors are protesting the loss of a Milwaukee Pick and Save.
The business, it's closing several locations. Abril Preciado joining us live with a closer look at the community backlash now. It's been pretty strong, especially today.
We have been at this Pick and Save on North 35th Street, where we can already see that people have been showing up and seeing these wooden boards that are already covering the windows and doors. In the past, the company said they're closing for the health of the business. Food security and accessibility are among the concerns for this group of people, as wooden boards cover up windows and doors at the Pick and Save location on 35th in Milwaukee.
This is just heartbreaking that this is happening to our community again, over and over again. Like, this is not fair.
It broke my heart. Like, what is we gonna do? Like, this is the only big grocery store in the community.
In June, the company announced it would close 5 Pick and Save grocery stores in.
Now you can go shop at the local bodega, or you can shop at the corner store, or you can shop in your backyard where you're growing your own fruits and vegetables. Now you're going to really get it. Now you're going to catch hell. Because, again, y'all created this environment for yourselves, and instead of holding yourselves accountable, now this is what you have to do. And there's no level of protesting that's going to get these places to open back up.
The Milwaukee area, including Glendale, South Milwaukee, and Oak Creek.
A person shouldn't have to leave their house, go all the way over yonder to go make some groceries when it could be one right here in the community.
Tisha Bully White says her family is feeling the toll. She feels the closure will force them to shop at more expensive corner stores and price them out altogether.
There is a real concern of what it means to have food security available to neighbors, you know, throughout the whole city. I do believe and stand with the people behind me that food is a right and we should have access to healthy food.
State Senator Dora Drake was present.
Everything is a right. Not a privilege, not a blessing, not an opportunity to make sure that we take care of it. Everything is a right. It's a right.
During the rally, she says she's working with local leaders to find a solution.
We can work together.
As doors officially close, families are now left wondering where to go next.
Affordable food, food for our community, food for our families, food period. How are we going to survive?
A new future where we do not.
And we did company Kroger. We have not heard back. Earlier today, we did see some folks from the Hunger Task out here handing this flyer, telling people that they will be having a mobile food market out here in August. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Abril Preciado, Fox 6.
And again, this is unfortunate because what we don't hear about and what we're not listening to is, and see, you know, I was able to do a little bit of research to find out exactly why they really were closing, and they basically have a massive theft problem and a massive community issue. People also been stealing carts and all of that stuff. You know how it is. Y'all know what it's like up in the community. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on. So, yeah, man, it's unfortunate really for the people that actually do the right thing, because there is a group of people that always mess it up for everybody else. I'd love to get your feedback. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. TJ only 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.